Hello everyone, this is Mainline Engine 2 and today I have a custom model showcase on Frankie from Journey Beyond Sodor. So for this custom I used different angles of Frankie that I had gotten screenshots of from the movie to help create this model along with photos of the adventurous Frankie. So the first thing that I did to create this model was that I added two pieces, one on top of the roof and one on top of the boiler to help get the same shape that was seen on her model in the movie, and I created that out of air dry clay. Then after I had glued these two pieces down, I went through and painted everything. I used this blue aqua color here for the wheels of the cab and part of the boiler and the running board, and then I used the red for the running board and the front buffer beam and the MSC on the front. And then I used the black for the second part of the boiler and then the added pieces. After I had painted everything, I went through and put this gold piece up front, which is the funnel, supposedly. And then I added this black piece, which is a dome, I guess, as looking on her model from the movie. Then I went and started on the buffer beam. So what I had to do for this was take off this original magnet, which is basically a screw. This metal part here, the actual shiny part, is a screw, so I had to screw that off the front of the model, off the chassis, which is down here, this whole thing. Had to screw that out and then take some air dry clay and put it in the place at the bottom. You can see that in between this piece and the actual chassis. I had to fill it in with air dry clay. And then I looked on the different screenshots that I had captured from the movie to help me create and cut out this shape for the front buffer beam with her number 4002 on it. I cut that out of cardboard and painted it red, and then after I glued the fill-in clay, I glued the front piece on there. And after that I had to paint the magnet housing, which is this red piece right here. It's literally just a piece of plastic, and then super glue this metal piece, the actual magnetic piece, which is gray, on the inside of the housing. And then the housing itself, I had to glue all of that together, and at the end I had to clip the end off of the screw, which is just this piece, and I glued this all together on the front to get this look here, which is what her model looks like in the movie. And I only did this because I really wanted it to look realistic to the movie, as I had seen firsthand that Hurricane's model in the movie does not look like this. Hurricane's whole front piece is one solid red piece of this with two spikes coming out at the bottom, and the magnet's just there. So I just ended up creating this so it would be more realistic to the movie and what I thought would look best and how I would get the number in a good visible place. And although I moved the magnet up a significant amount, it can still connect to all the other Thomas Winding Railway models. And the very last thing, well, second to last thing that I did were these nice nameplates here that I had made in Google Docs and printed out. And the very last thing that I had worked on was the face. Now the face, I have a very hard time making faces, if you don't know. And the first face that I had created, the smile was too big, the eyes were really weird, and they had the white irises that Hurricane does, and my model of the mallard does, and it just didn't look good, so I went back, and after some creative criticism from some people on Twitter, I created this face, which actually looks nice and relatively and kind of close to her model from the movie. And up here, up top above the eyes, you can see 3 dots on both sides. Those are supposed to be eyelashes. And the only reason I put those there was because when the trailer for Journey Beyond Sodor first came out, I couldn't really tell what gender Frankie was. And so for my model, I put eyelashes on the face of my model just to give Frankie a more feminine look, so to speak. Here is the front view and the side view with the detailing. There's a vent here and a door here in blue lining that's the same color as the model. This is supposed to be a vent, and these are windows, and that's a handrail. And here's the back view. You can see the line where I had put the extension on there with the clay, and I have 3 windows here. Here's the other side, and back around front again. And on top I didn't really do a lot of detailing, just 2 lines on the outside of this dome thing and then 1 that goes in between it, and I added the funnel. And on the bottom it's just blank, and you can still see where I filled it in with clay and where I had put the cardboard piece on there. And I think the wheels actually turned out pretty nice. They're the same aqua color as the main body, and they have red on the tips. So that's all that I have for this custom. Thank you for watching, everyone. I don't exactly know what is going to go out next because I had originally scheduled my Rally series adaptation of Super Rescue to be released in the month of November, and as the day, and I'm filming this custom model video on November the 25th, 2017, which is a few days after Thanksgiving. And because I have a few other things planned, I have the majority of that video filmed. I just have to go in and narrate the whole thing because I want to do that myself, and then have to go in and add effects and all that stuff. I haven't even started editing that, so I don't really know what video is coming out next, but one video that I will definitely be doing is a remake of Thomas and Stephanie, which was suggested by Crimson2091, and he's also known as Henry, so I'll leave a link to his channel down below. He makes some really good videos. He does remakes, and he has his own series, and he does a few other things. But if you have a video suggestion, please leave that down in the comment section below, and I will do it if I can. But if I don't have a certain character or piece for a review or a remake, then I won't be able to do it. So thank you for watching. This is Mainline Engine 2, and I'll see you guys in the next video.